How's it going, everybody? It is well, it looks like it's damp, but it's really not that damp. Let me climb in the tractor. So before we get too far into this video, I just wanted to do a quick little shout out to a young man that lives in the next town over, Quentin. Quentin, man, I really appreciate you watching the video. Your mom said you watch the videos, and I really appreciate your support, buddy. So one of these days, your mom's gonna have to bring you over to the farm so you can jump into this tractor yourself and check it out. Or if I see you at the fair, you'll definitely have to come check out the tractor. So Quentin, thanks a lot for watching the videos, buddy. I really appreciate it. Anyway, let me just start off this video by saying thank you guys. You know, we went over 21,000 subscribers. That's awesome. Seems like just the other day I was doing a video of a 20,000 subscriber video, and that was over the summer, and now we're already at 21, so that's awesome. And it doesn't get each time you go over that little hurdle, it's pretty cool. It hasn't been cheapened or anything, and I definitely don't expect it. I talked to a bunch of other YouTubers, and there's some guys that, you know, I got this one guy that messaged me a lot. It's always asking me for advice and help on his videos and stuff, and it's almost like he expects it. And that's one thing. I do not take this for granted at all, so I really appreciate you guys hitting the subscribe button in the comments and all that. And some of the comments on the last video, let me just touch on some of them. I got the cool cameos there from Tukey and from that lady there. And I got a lot of people that were wondering what my wife thought of that. And just want to let people know, do not worry. There's no issues in the Mike P 7810 household. I sat right there with my wife and watched it, and we both kind of laughed at it. That was an inside joke between me and a couple of YouTubers. That's all that was. And before anybody gets their Inspector Clouseau hat on and their, you know, magnifying glass, and they're kind of rereading or rewatching what I said and everything, it wasn't a jab at any other kind of YouTube channel, but just an inside joke with me and another YouTuber. So. Love my coffee. But anyway, there's no issues, there's no problems. It's just a cameo. It's not the end of the world there. If I was doing something that wasn't that good, I don't, you know, whether it was with my marriage or breaking the laws, I don't think I'd be putting it on YouTube. I have a lot of friends, family, neighbors that watch my channel, so that's probably wouldn't be the smartest move on my part. But, and on that note, the friends, family, neighbors, all that watch my channel, I get a lot of comments, obviously, in the comment section, but I also get a lot of people that reach out to me on social media, or that if they have my number, if they're able to reach out to me that way, that will text me some questions and stuff like that. So I decided, seeing how we're right in the middle of tillage season, and it could get pretty repetitious with my videos. It could be like, oh, we're gonna plow again. Oh, we're gonna plow again. Oh, we're gonna plow again. Actually, after I finish this field, do this small field, I have another small field to hit, and then I'm gonna take the chisel plow off and switch over to the disc for a little bit, and disc some pieces up. So we can get going with the planning. Yes, I do wish we had another tractor. We're not running the disc on the 4250. I know I did when I was breaking up corn stalks on the higher ground up here. When I went to the river flat and sunk in the discs, that 4250 just bogged right down. So it's, you know, not going to be able to handle it, not going to be able to do what I want. I don't want to just sit there and skim the top. I want to be able to sink them in and do let the disc do what I want it to do. So yeah, I wish we had another tractor, another big tractor that I could just leave this 45 on the chisel plow, because it's a real nice match, and then put the other tractor, like a 7810 or whatever, just saying, on the disc. But we don't have it right now, so, you know, I got to play musical tractors and move stuff around, but it is what it is. So I'm not too concerned about it right now. Maybe down the road we can do something like that. But anyway, I hope you guys don't mind rambling, because it's going to be a rambling video, because like I said, I've had people that message me and everything that, you know, ask questions. And I did a Q&A video, and I was just blown away by the amount of support I got with that and how people participated. I had to break it up into 4 videos. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool, and it's kind of just like an extension on that. You see the title of this video is getting to know your YouTuber. I'm not going to divulge some crazy personal information, but there's been some questions people ask me from time they want to elaborate on something I've said or a comment I've made or this and that. So this is just kind of like some of those questions I've got it. You guys just get to know me better, I guess. So, and it's just going to break up, like I said, plowing and plowing and plowing, and then disking and disking and disking, and just everything nonstop. It's going to break that up. But we're coming up to the field. I'm going to get started, and we'll throw the drone up, all that fun stuff. So this is plowing up real nice. Pretty happy with this. Don't have too much more to go. So let's jump into some of the questions there. I've gotten a question in a video before, because you guys, if you guys have subscribed to my channel for a while, you'll know every now and then I throw in a video that's got music in it. And I thought it was funny. At the time, I think I got over 500 videos posted now. At the time, I think it was like 400, and I did a video with music. And somebody posted, I don't like the music. You need to leave the music out. I said, well, I'm sorry you don't like the music. Other people do like breaking it up with the music and everything like that. I said, I got over 400 videos, and I think 10 of them have music. So, the ratio's in your favor. But I got another comment that someone said, why don't you, why do you do this? Because I like a lot of theatrical. When I go to my videos, I do a lot of rock, or I do a lot of mostly theatrical type of music. It sounds like kind of like a movie, almost, is kind of like what we're going for. And I've gotten the comment before, you use this kind of orchestra theatrical music, why don't you use country or bluegrass? It would be better for farming. I don't listen to country or bluegrass, so I'm not trying to. I'm doing, my channel is about me, and I'm not trying to play a part or anything like that. I don't mind country. My wife loves country, so I can listen to it, but it's not, I don't know any of the country music people, and I know obviously the real famous ones. If my wife says their name, I know what they're talking about. But there's a lot of names she says, and I'm just like, I don't know. I don't listen to the radio. I should say that. I don't listen to music on the radio really anymore. I have my satellite radio right there that I can listen to. I can take this and put it in my truck, or I can listen to it through the tractor, or I can move this around and put it in the dump truck if I wanted to, as long as I have the outlet to plug it in, or the power source or whatever. But the music I like to listen to is 90s stuff. I grew up, I was in high school in the late 90s. I graduated in 2001. So late 90s, early 2000s. I'm not a Backstreet Boy by any means. Like I said, I grew up, I liked Motley Crue, Guns N' Roses. Once the 90s hit, I liked a lot of the grunge bands. I liked, my favorite grunge bands, Alice in Chains. Really liked them. Pearl Jam. And then you got your, like 90s stuff, it almost reminds me of the 90s almost. So I'll listen to, on satellite radio, if you guys are familiar with that, Lithium is the channel I'll listen to if I do feel like listening to music. Because a lot of times if I'm in the truck, or if I'm in a car or something and I'm going a long ways, anymore, maybe it's just because I'm getting older, I like putting on a podcast or putting on something that's just talk. So I don't know, it's just something I like. Every now and then I'll put on the radio, but like I said, I like Lithium. Turbo's another one that's 90s and 2000s harder rock. As far as the newer bands, I shouldn't say newer bands because they've been around for 20 years, but Seether, Breaking Benjamin, Breaking Benjamin's actually started out, I think Ben Bruley's the only original member left and the lead singer, and he's from Wilkes-Barre, so that's not too far from me. Hour and a half or something like that, but just a little fun fact. But I could be wrong on that. I'm sure someone will call me out if I'm wrong on that. I'm pretty sure the band was from Wilkes-Barre area. But what's that guy's name? I can't remember. It's Adam something. I can't remember his last name, but he was the lead singer of 3 Days Grace, and they mutually parted ways, and now he's in a band called Saint Asonia, and I do like that one too. So there's a lot of good rock bands. I don't have a favorite song. I don't have my favorite band. It's kind of just like in the mood, you know. It could be like a little harder rock, like I said, the Motley Crue, the Guns N' Roses, or I could go, I don't want to say light rock with the 90s, but like Oasis or Jim Blossoms or something like that. Yeah, so that's where I'm at with like the music anyway. As far as like my farming videos, I like the theatrical music just because it's you know, this whole thing is like, it's my channel, my art, my, you know, it's like my movie, you know. So I like that movie atmosphere. I like uplifting and theatrical and motivational type of stuff like that. So it's I actually a lot of that theatrical uplifting music is from I don't know if you want to call them a band or what they are, but orchestra, but they're called Two Steps from Hell. And I heard about them because there was a show on the History Channel called The Men That Built America, and I absolutely loved that show. And they had a lot of the uplifting songs in there, and I did some research and I found out that I don't know who scored that, but they used a lot of Two Steps from Hell. So I started, you know, listening to their stuff and thought that'd be good. But let's make a few more laps before I ramble on. Question I always get regarding my drone. You see me there recording. I'll set that down a second. And it is, do I have a feature on my drone? What drone do I have, and do I have the feature that follows the tractor? I have a DJI Mini 3, and I know there's better drones out there, I guess. I went with DJI because it's a pretty reputable company. It's one of the more popular companies when it comes to drones. So that's why I went with that. I'm a firm believer in you get what you pay for. So if you want to go, this is just my opinion. If you wanted to go get a cheap drone on Amazon, then you're gonna get the cheap drone on Amazon problems. So I've never had I've had one issue. I've had 3 drones from DJI. I have one issue one time, and I think it was this 3. It wouldn't take off, and so I called DJI and they looked it up and they basically just said, no, you have a software update, so update your software, and there's the issue. And I updated the software, and yeah, no problem. But they were good. They walked me through it and everything, and it was pretty simple. Like I said, this I think does have the following feature. I've never used it just because of the drone, the Mini and the Mini 2. I've just gotten used to doing it myself, and you'll see sometimes my rows are a little crooked. You'll see in the drone, I get a lot of times people are like, you're not going that fast. You should be mowing a lot faster, or you should be going a lot faster. I always bump down a gear when I'm flying because it's a little distracted drive. Yeah, I don't know if you can see, but the drone's sitting right there. Here I am. Yeah, better. So sometimes I'll be, overlapping a little bit, and the hardest thing I have found is unloading on the go. When I'm in the grain cart, unloading on the go with the combine, because I'm trying to match the combine speed. I'm looking down the drone, so it's kind of like combine forward drone, constantly going like this, and haven't spilled any corn yet, so that's good. There's been a few times I've just had to set the drone down and just let the equipment go and pick it back up later, but no, whenever you see me flying the drone, that is me flying and driving the tractor at the same time. That's why it's nice when I have my son out with me. He's my auto steer. I'll sit him here and let him just kind of steer while I fly the drone, and that works out nice. But maybe someday I'll learn that feature where it follows you, but I've just gotten so used to just doing it myself, so do it that way. All right, so we are down in the river flat. We're gonna knock out this little field right here. This was corn last year that we chopped, so it'll be soybeans next year, and then I'm not going all the way down there. I'm still spreading manure down here. You see I got manure spread right here. This is gonna be sweet corn, and yeah, it's my dad's big thing. He loves his little sweet corn. He's got a little stand. He'll spend the summer just picking sweet corn. Usually it's like end of July, first part of August. So he's got a bunch of different varieties. That's his thing he likes doing, and he takes a lot of pride in it. And to be honest with you, I don't mind it at all because I get some really good sweet corn in the summertime. Nothing beats a nice steak with sweet corn. Not a lot of things, go with sweet corn, especially in the summertime. So you do some grilling. Good times for sure. But this is down by the river. It's actually pretty dry. We'll see what it is after today. We get some rain, but I don't think it's going to rain too hard where it's going to, make it that muddy of a mess. But want to get this plowed up because he needs to get his first variety in the ground here fairly quickly. But let's touch on another question I get a lot from people, and it's, I don't consider myself a professional at this topic, but it's how do you become a YouTuber, and what are my tips for YouTube? So hang on a second. Get a swig of coffee for this one. So honestly, anybody can become a YouTuber. It doesn't cost anything to post your videos up and everything like that. There's another YouTube channel, not from New York, that messages me a lot and is always trying to pick my brain. Well, what about doing this? Or what about doing this? And I tell him all the time, like, you are overcomplicating. He'll read the analytics and be like, well, what if I post my videos every morning at 7 a.m. instead of 6 a.m.? And I try to explain it to them. It really doesn't matter. If people are subscribed to you, they're going to go on there and see, oh, if people are subscribed to me, they're going to go on and say, oh, Mike posted another video. A good example is I do a lot of my posting at night only because that's when I get in from the barn. I get in from the barn, it depends what we're doing that day. Some nights later than others. But if I can get in, get everything thrown together, I say edited, put together, and posted, a lot of times it's around like 9 o'clock, sometimes even later, 8:30, 9 o'clock, something like that. I don't have a constant time. It's basically whenever I can get in, whenever I can get the video put together, and whenever I can get it posted. There's sometimes I'm If we got rainy days, I can get, you know, maybe a couple videos put together and just have them waiting. But that's few and far between, especially during busy time of the you know, winter time. That's easier to do, but not so much now. But you know, for example, Anthony Hinks, very good. And if I'm not, hope I'm saying your last name right. Lives out in Wisconsin. He's a farmer in Wisconsin. I think there's a two-hour difference from me in New York and him in Wisconsin. So by the time I come in, get the video put together and posted, like I said, about 9 o'clock or so. It's like 7 o'clock out in Wisconsin. 7:30, he comes rolling in. He comes rolling in after chores, and hey, look, Mike posted a video, so he can. Excuse me. He's one of my first commenters. And the other thing, I don't know if it was his past video or the video before, he commented the next morning and he goes, oh, I'm a little behind. Well, it doesn't matter. A view's a view, you know? So whether he watches it right when I put it out or he watches it the next day, it's still a view. And that's what I tried to explain to this other YouTuber, and it seems like it doesn't register a lot. But I think sometimes you can overdo it with the analytics and everything like that. You just gotta find something and just go with it and stay consistent. I've prided myself on I've built up a good reputation, I think, or a good relationship between content creator and audience, and that always helps. Basically, I'm going to simplify it as best I can. If you want to make good YouTube video, or basically if you want to have a successful YouTube career, you got to make good videos. It's that simple. There's no better way I can describe. Like I said, I am not an expert on this. I just kind of do what I do, and I know what I know, and I know what works for me. And I like when people will ask me questions, how do I do it? And then when I tell them how I do it, well, you should change that. And, and why are you asking me? So make good YouTube videos, and the rest will just fall into place. And you gotta, if you're starting a channel, you want to be constant with it. It's like you're taking a snowball and you're rolling it. You want that thing to turn into like one of those wraparound bales up there. You want it to turn into that big. And so when I first started, I would post a video, then post a video, and then I'd stop for a while, and I'd post a video. You want to just keep that ball rolling. Sometimes that's not easy. You don't want to just film any little thing. You want it to be somewhat, you know, I try not to just, I'm not going to go film something just to film it. Like, oh, I got to get a video out. I'm just going to film any random thing. I'm going to film me reading a book, or I'm going to film me greasing a piece of equipment just so I can get a video out. I'm not going to do that because I wouldn't want to watch that. One of the things I also say is, you know, make videos that you'd want to watch. It starts with you. If you've got the passion and you'd want to watch it, and you've got the passion behind it, it's going to be better. So, but just make good videos. It's that simple. You make good videos, word of mouth. People are going to share videos that are going to get the ball rolling, and you got to just be constant with it. And you got to keep, like I said, as soon as you're rolling up that little snowball, making that snowball bigger and bigger and bigger, as soon as you stop, you know, either your snowball's going to stay the same or it's going to melt a little bit. But if you keep it moving, you keep rolling it up, you're going to have a nice big old, and it's going to be frustrating when you first start. You're going to be posting videos to like 10 views, no comments, and it's going to be frustrating, but you just got to keep going. Like I said, I don't overcomplicate it. I have companies reach out to me all the time, like, we can increase your views and I don't do any of that. I'm not trying to do smoke and mirrors. I don't use clickbait because, to be honest with you, I can't stand clickbait. I don't like it. You know, I've seen plenty of videos that use it. If you do use it, whatever. Not something I like doing. But I try to be, you know, I try to keep the thumbnail something that's going on in the video, and the title is going to be what's going on in the video. I try to stay on point with my videos. If my video says plowing in the field, I'm not going to show a million. I might touch on some other small things before I go out, but I'm not going to do a million things around. I'm not going to go feed cows and then change the oil in the tractor and then do this, and then like halfway through the video, okay, we're finally plowing. because that's not what the video. Someone might say, oh, I'm interested in plowing. I don't want to sit through all this before I get to the actual plowing. What's going on? So, I know I'm not going to please everybody with the video. I know some people don't like the product reviews. I got a couple more of them coming up. I don't always do them. I know me and Grumpy Farmer have talked about it. The amount, and I'm sure the bigger channels get even more. I get emails daily, and it's a lot. And like multiple emails a day. Hey, if we send you this, will you make a video on it? If we send you this, will we make a video on it? That's the new way that companies are. Oh, I like that song. Copyright, I turned the video off, but the Offspring, I like that song. But anyway, that's the new way these companies, and not like big ones like, you know, Nike. I know I did that one commercial for Duluth, but you know, the way these companies are advertising now is they reach out to YouTubers and social media people, and instead of having a whole advertising department or whatever, let's send some product to some social media people, have them do it, and you know, that's the new ways they do it, and then they can use the video to do whatever. If you're gonna start a YouTube channel, and here's the other thing, and I'm not knocking anybody, and I'm not being arrogant and cocky myself, but it is what it is. Some people just don't have a knack for it. You have to be the right personality. You have to be and there's some things that just can't be taught. I kind of have an outgoing personality. I am very mellow and down to earth. I try not to come across as arrogant, cocky, you know, all these things that are going to turn people off. Because I've seen YouTubers that come off as, and not necessarily all in agriculture, but just in other channels that are cocky and arrogant, and I know everything and you guys don't know anything. And to be honest with you, maybe they're just, you know, maybe that's just their shtick, and that they're just playing it up for their channel. But it's like, man, that's kind of a turnoff. You know, usually when you're like that, it's people want to prove you wrong. So I feel like I'm easy to relatable to. There's no like, you know, I'm just a simple, down to earth, easy to get along with person, and I hope I talk well. Who knows? There's probably a lot of times I mumble and stumble through things, but you just gotta have the right personality, and you gotta be able to connect with people. And you know, I can't sit there and say this is how you connect with people. Sometimes people just have it, and some people don't, and it's not a big deal if you don't. I talked to a guy that had a smaller channel, and he just like, you know, whined and complained, my channel won't grow, my channel won't grow. And I finally just said, listen, if, you know, 3,000 subscribers is all you can get, then you know what? Screw it. Go out and be the best 3,000 subscriber channel you can be. You know, it is what it is. The more you just harp and dwell and focus on it, the more it's going to drive you insane. I don't have an overall goal. Like, by the end of this year, I want to be at 25,000. I don't have that goal. I'm just letting things play out. Now, if you do have that goal, there's nothing wrong with it. I think you're going to stress about it. With YouTube, it's just kind of like, I didn't start YouTube to be famous. I just kind of, I loved watching farming videos on there, and it's like, you know what, I guess I'll put some videos out, and I'll tell my story. So that's the best advice I can give you. I hope it works out for you. Don't overcomplicate it, and just have fun with it. That's basically the best thing best advice I can give you. This is working out really nice. I hope I didn't ramble too much. I hope you guys learned some things about me, and I hope you enjoyed it. If there's some things that you disagree, that I like, that you don't like, well, that's fine, because, you know, we live in this great country where you know, it's okay for you to like something and not like what I like. If we were all the same, how boring would life be if we were all the same, programmed the same, like the same thing? So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, keep those questions and comments coming, because I do enjoy. You know, it's cool that people want to take the time and watch your videos and ask you a comment and enjoy your content enough where they want to reach out to you and ask you comments. I run into people at, you know, the Farming Some Bitch show, auctions, the New York State Farm Show, and you know, it's a pleasure. A lot of times I ramble on here, but a lot of times if I don't know somebody, I don't really ramble too much. But it's nice to talk to people. It's nice to get, you know, it's nice to hear that you enjoy the videos. It's nice to talk. I ran into God, your name's escaping me. I'm not good with names. We talked at the New York State Farm Show about making baleage right there by the coon stuff, and you know, and we just had a very pleasant conversation about it. And you know, I'm glad I was able to talk to you. I'm glad you stopped me. So keep all that stuff going. That's a big bump there. You gotta fix that. Anyway, guys, once again, thank you so much. Thumbs up if you like this video. Drop me a question or comment below. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you have, thumbs up to you. I totally appreciate it. I will see you guys next time. More tillage coming. Have a good one, everybody.